Well, I got involved when my son graduated in '95 and he went to college in Hawaii, and I was sending him films of the basketball game. One day Laporte come over and asked me for a copy of a real tight game they had, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
This man comes up to me and he says, "Are you the new coach?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Well, I have the tapes of last year's season. Would you like to look at them?" And I was like, "Wow, that's great." So I took all those tapes and took them home and watched them all and found out how the kids were substituted the year before. There's a game that we're going to play in a week, or no, say 2 days, and that team played last night. I get the tape on my porch that morning about 6 o'clock. So I can look at the tape in the morning and get ready for practice that day and be prepared for that game. That's phenomenal. I don't think that happens with today's technology.
Funny was when I got light-headed in one of our games here, and about half a dozen mothers of the players come running to me at halftime over there with water, cold compresses, you know, because they could see I wasn't standing like I normally do. I was leaning against the wall, and I just didn't look right to them, and they, like a bunch of mother hens, they all went over there to see what was going wrong. I don't remember what year it was, but we were playing Galileo at Chabot College, and one of our players was coming up the middle court, and we had an outside runner coming along the side and cutting in, and he bounced past the ball between the two defenders, and it bounced high enough so the guy can grab the ball and jam it in there. That was awesome.
Oh, Coach, they got some big guys. Or, Coach, they're really fast. Or they're really going inside. And that's, he's watching the game from the film. And so after I go through that a little bit, then I get the film. And since I hear him talking, it sounds like my father. I know he's not that much older than me, or I'm older than him, I don't know. But it just sounds like my father, somebody who's so concerned about his family, so committed to the team. And I know my dad always went out and talked to him.
I think to me, it had to be Dan Curry. The way he treated me right off the bat, you know, and he made me feel right at home, like I was part of the family, you know. He always give me that funny little look when I dressed up with my different outfits and stuff, you know. He just look at me and shake his head, you know, and it just, he made me feel right at home. I got different hats. This is one of my cowboy hats. I have a Christmas type hat that has the lights that blinks, an orange one and a blue one that I picked up in Florida. And I got regular orange hats and knitted scarf that are orange and blue. I got my outfit, I got a zoot suit that's orange, and its tails go all the way to my ankles. And on the inside, I had them put blue silk lining. Yes, you know, I just enjoyed going to the games, videotaping them, you know, because like I said, they're family, you know. I didn't do it for any honors and anything. I just love being with the basketball. I love the programs they have here, you know, the coaches, and so does my wife. I mean, you know, and we, like I said, we go to all different games and we see the different coaches, the way they treat their kids, and by far, St. Joe is the best, believe me.
Congratulations on getting an honor. I mean, it's a no-brainer that he should get that. Because he doesn't just do the boys' game, he does the girls' games, he does the JV games. And I just want to thank him for all the time that he spent. Because I know, working where he works, I went down there one time to pick up the films. Okay? He's not working in an office, sitting back with his feet on the desk. Okay, that guy's working his tail off.
Thank you for doing the scheduling for me to know where I'm going to go, the teams that we're going to scout, and her driving would let me sleep while she drove to these places up and back, because that was the only time I had any sleep. Like sometimes when we go to Sacramento, I had to turn around and come back to work, and then she would pick me up the next morning to take me back so I can do the next game. But things like that, you know, I wouldn't have been able to do all these things. I thank everybody involved with this honor. You know, I just overwhelmed, and my wife, and, you know, hope to keep it up for a lot of years to come, you know, with the good Lord's help.
Right now I have 10,008.
What? 110,000.
100,000, huh?
So I figure,
10,080.
I figure about 70,000, easy. All those miles, because most of the time we're going to games.